Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5 of the Scrap Tutorial Scradvantage series. Here's the timestamps. Okay, so today we're going to be adding enemies to the game that chase you around, try and kill you while you're eating the apple, to make the game more interesting. So basically, first I'm gonna add 2 enemies. One of them moves around the maze, just walking around, and if he touches you, you get hit. And the other one, he goes right for you, and he can go through walls, but he's pretty slow. So first what we want to do is get some new sprites. So for the first one, I'm gonna do where was it? The mouse. But you might notice the mouse is pretty big. But instead of just shrinking him down, I want to use this purple block called the set size block, which can change the size like that. I think 40 is a pretty good size. And then the other one that I want to get is the ghost, who'll go through the walls. And he's also pretty big, so I want to set him to 40 as well. Actually, 50. So we have these 2 guys, but right now they don't do anything. I also forgot to mention, you're going to want to put a go block here to set the cat back to a specific spot, just as a good thing to do. Anyway, so you want to set a starting position for them, so drag them to where they should start, wherever you want, and put them there, and then get the block to set them there. And now the ghost is easier to make than the cat, so what we're going to do is code it so forever, so he'll be always doing this. And we want him to point towards the cat and move towards him. So right now he does that, but hang on, not only is he quite fast, but he's also turning upside down. So we can use this block here, set rotation style, to make him rotate looking better. And now he doesn't do that weird thing. So now this ghost guy will keep you constantly on your toes. But hang on, it doesn't do anything to you, because we haven't coded him to do anything. So what we want is an if block, and we'll say if he's touching the cat, then we should stop the project. Basically a game over. And now when you touch him, it stops. And if you want to make it even better, you can get this color effect block, set it to ghost, set it to 50, and now he's transparent. So he's also harder to see too. And now for the mouse. The mouse is a bit trickier. So what we're gonna do is forever, and we're gonna get him to move 5 steps each one. And if he is touching a wall, if he's touching the maze, first we make him go back so he's not in the wall. And then we're gonna get this if-else block. And we're gonna get an equals, and we're gonna get this pick random block. Set it to pick random 1 to 2, and then set this to 1. And you'll see that half the time it's true, half the time it's false. So it's basically a 50-50 chance, and we can use these rotate blocks to say there's a 50-50 chance of either turning that way or turning that way. Now if we run it, you'll see it's a bit off, and there's a reason for that. When he rotates, his tail is going into the wall, except it's a bit hard to see. Let me move this. His tail is going into the wall, and it's making it weird. So what we can do is make a hitbox. So what you want to do is right click and duplicate, and you want to draw a square roughly the size of the mouse. And I just realized the mouse isn't centered, so maybe center the mouse first. Like drag him and put him in the middle, and for both, and then put the box. And then you want to send the box to the back, and then delete the mouse. And this is the hitbox. Now what we want to do is say but he should switch to the box before he detects and then go back to the mouse. And now he moves around normally. However, we also have to add the code that attacks him. So say if touching the cat, stop ball. And there. We now have 2 enemies in the game that chase you around. And I got cornered. But hang on, we don't want him to turn back into a square when we die. So tell him to switch back to a mouse before we stop the game. Anyway. And that's pretty much it. So we have these 2 enemies here, they'll chase us around, and if we're not careful, then they'll catch us. So here's the code for them both. And yeah. Bye.